to give the unprecedented voice to the cause of women health and to bring it to the center stage of our national nutrition narrative. We have with us today some of the most passionate champions of women health and well-being. This session literally brings together India's powerful women for giving more power to our women. Let's welcome Sadhvi Bhagwati Saraswati ji from Parma Niketan Ashram Rishikesh. Sadhvi ji is the Secretary General Global Interfaith Was Alliance and President of Divine Shakti Foundation that focuses on empowerment of women and children. Sadhvi ji is among the most influential global advocates of water, sanitation, and hygiene for all, especially women and children, and regularly meets with the world leaders to pursue global actions and policies for multiple humanitarian causes. Welcome, Sadhvi ji, to the Bharat Nutrition Week. We also have with Professor Dr. Meera Agnihotri, Senior Surgeon and Consultant Obstetrician and Gynecologist. She is the ex-head of Department of Ob-Gyne at prestigious Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi Medical College in Kanpur. She is also founder-president of WWW Foundation that expands as Women Health and Wellness for Women Empowerment. Dr. Meera has been championing the cause of women health and empowerment through her illustrious career and has been awarded with Women Empowerment National Award by President of India. Welcome, Dr. Meera, to the Bharat Nutrition Week. We also have with us Dr. Ash Kanta Kumari, President-elect, Federation of Obstetric and Gynecological Societies of India, FOGSI. Dr. Shanta is gynecologist, obstetrician, and laparoscopic surgeon in Hyderabad with over 23 years of experience. She has been an active member of various Ob-Gyn societies and has been leading the cause of maternal health through them. We also have with us Namita Thapar, Executive Director of Emcure Pharmaceuticals, the 12th largest pharma company in India, and that works for ensuring access to effective, quality, and affordable medicine for all, with a major focus on women health. Namita has played a crucial role in growth of Emcure and making it into an Indian multinational and heads its India business, HR, as well as finance. A firm believer in entrepreneurship, she is also the founder of CEO of Incredible Ventures, an organization that teaches entrepreneurship to school children. She is part of government initiatives such as Women Entrepreneurship Platform by Niti Aayog and Champions of Change program initiated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi for G2B partnership in policy making. Thank you so much, Ms. Thapar, to join us. We also have with us, and she will be joining us soon, Ritu Jhingan, CEO of Nandghar, a CSR initiative of Vedanta Limited. Nandghars are dedicated to benefit women and children in rural India. We will introduce her further once she joins. We have with us Mini Varghese, Country Director, India Nutrition International, formerly known as Micronutrients Initiative. NI is a not-for-profit agency based in Canada that works to eliminate vitamin and mineral deficiency in developing countries. As India country head, Ms. Varghese is leading several critical interventions towards ensuring right policies, projects, and provisions for critical micronutrients to ensure better health outcomes for the people of India in the region. She has advised the government of India on development of national guidelines for Anemia-Free India program. She has also helped develop the first national profile on women health and development for the World Health Organization's Southeast Asian Regional Office. And we have with us Dr. Hema Diwakar, CEO of ARTIST, that stands for Asian Research and Training Institute for Skill Transfer. Dr. Hema Diwakar is among the most influential women health champions in our country. She has over the last 3 decades been a game changer in healthcare, establishing new benchmarks, standards, and touching women's lives in the process. An accomplished specialist in the field of Ob-Gyn care, she runs the Diwakar's Specialty Hospital in Bangalore. She is also former president of FOGSI and is presently Foxy Ambassador for FIGO, the International Organization of Organs. She is also a member of ISW Council's Apex Advisory Board. So I welcome you all, the powerful ladies of our country to come together and to take up this agenda of bringing more power to our women. So I hand it over to now Dr. Hema Divakar, who is going to be the moderator and host of this session. I will be a mute spectator and just representing the other half of the population, since there is no male representation in this session. Thank you so much, Dr. Hema Divakar. It is over to you now.
Pranam Sadhviji, and thank you Kamalji for those wonderful words, giving more power to the women, because in most of your panels we have particularly brought to your notice the gender inequity, and you have brushed it all aside by putting the powerful women together today. And on behalf of all my very distinguished and accomplished guests, Meera ji, Dr. Shanta, Namita ji, Minnie and Ritu, who will be joining us, and of course Sadhvi ji, I welcome all our audience for the second day of the Bharat Nutrition Week. And I can hear them say loudly and clearly that nutrition is indeed connected with good air, good sanitation, good water, good health, and we are bringing the whole issue together. And khane mein dam hai is what even the children will be groomed into for healthy citizens of tomorrow. So to reflect back on anemia as the key issue for deliberation and discussion, one of the most rampant problem, today is the era of COVID infection. And just in 6 months' time, the word corona or COVID pandemic has created such a scare. And we said, oh, how was our response 6 months ago to what it is today? We've all kind of adjusted and falling in line, in sync, and no longer it sends, that kind of ripples. So also, ladies and gentlemen, the word anemia. 60 years ago, maybe we said, oh, so many of our women and the population is anemic. But over the years, somewhere it's got diluted. We got less sensitive to that. Arey, har kisi ko anemia hota hai. Every second person is anemic. And also we say, who doesn't have anemia? You know how it has got, we desensitized and learned to accept it. Well, we know what the problem is. All my distinguished panelists are today saying, don't talk anymore about the problems. We are here to find solutions, and we resolve and take a shapath or a oath that we will together walk the path and lead anemia into the mission of Anemia Mukt Bharat. That is the determination and resolve of all the very distinguished panelists I have with me today. So I'm very enthused to lead the discussion and take all of you through their vision and mission. And we strongly believe that together we will bring the Indian population into the pink of their health. So starting with Sadhvi ji, the WASH Alliance, which truly brings together everything that is related to nutrition and good health. The title that Kamalji gave me was, yeah, we all know women's health is nation's wealth, but she is the one in the family who eats last and who eats the least. Why is this mindset still prevailing? Or do you think it is slightly changing now? And what does this bring to the woman herself when she's taking care of the rest of the family, not knowing that she is one of the pillars or the important key person in the family who should take care of her health also? What do you think the attitudes of the women in the country are today? Sadhvi ji.
It's such a great joy and a great honor to be with you all today for this Bharat Nutrition Week. It's so important because, of course, as a nation, as people, we can only go as far as we are filled. It's like ek gaadi. Agar petrol khatam ho gaya, to kahin nahi ja sakte hain. You have to be filled with chahe petrol ho, chahe diesel ho, jo jaruri hai. And it has to be the right kind. It has to be the unadulterated kind. It has to be the powerful kind. Then and then only will the car be able to move. So ठीक इसी तरह से, all of the people of this nation, when we speak about all of the wonderful and visionary campaigns that our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has led over these many years, all of them depend upon the people of this nation being strong, strong in mind, strong in heart, but also, most importantly, strong in the body, able to get out of bed, khade hoke, seva karna, desh ke liye. So for that, we need nutrition. Ab aaj aapne Nari Shakti ke baare mein baat kiya. Why does she eat last, eat least? मुझे याद है जब मैं सबसे पहले भारत में आए, almost 25 साल पहले, जब हम लोग कोई कार्यक्रम में चले गए, चाहे भारत में, चाहे विदेश में, but amidst the Indian community, it was always the exact same pattern. We would come back from the event, and very first thing, all of the saints would eat their food. And all of the people of the house, the women also, the men also, would feed all of the saints and Mahatmas, the leaders, the speakers, whose program had happened. Uske baad, then the women would feed all of the men of the house. So it was like first Pangat was the saints, second Pangat was the men of the house. Then it would be the women who were guests and visitors who had come to help out. Feared last, Jo Nari Jinki Gard. And I remember so many times, because coming from America, it touched me so deeply. You would see ki from the morning, that woman would be in the kitchen. She would feed us breakfast in the morning before we went for the program. Then we would come back. She'd feed lunch. She'd feed everybody. Then middle of the afternoon, 3, 4, 4:30, kabhi 5 baje, she would just be about to sit down and have her thali of food, jo thoda sa bacha hua tha from all of the rest after feeding everybody. Thandi bhi ho gaya tha, but she had made her thali. And at that moment, somebody would knock on the doorbell would ring, somebody would come, santon ki darshan ke liye. And this woman would open the door and say to whoever was standing there, "Oh, perfect timing. Maine abhi bhi aapki taali lagai." And I couldn't believe it. Coming from an American culture where people would say, "Acha, this is my food. If you're hungry, the refrigerator is there. Khol ke kuch le lo." That here was a woman jo subah se kuch khaya nahi tha. And now, rather than saying to this person, "Oh yes, welcome, no problem, aap either baito mein khana kha leti hoon," rather than that, she would say, "Abhi bhi aapki tali maine lagai." And it touched me so deeply. Abhi bhi 25 saal ke baad aankhon mein aansu aate, because it is this culture, this Sanskriti, that actually is at the core so deeply, jab hum Bharati Sanskriti ke baare mein baat karte hain, yahi Sanskriti that feeds first and eats second. And the women of this culture are the ones who embody this. So first of all, I wanted to begin by just saying that this is not 100% in a box a bad thing. We will come in a moment to the problems it creates and how to address it. But I wanted just to begin by saying that it's not at the core that there is a problem with the women. It's actually apani nari shakti, who have been born and raised and swimming in and immersed in a culture that says Pele kilao, fir khao. Pele de do, fir lelo. We are a culture that is always giving first and taking second. And the women of this culture are the main ones who embody that. And that is actually very beautiful, to the extent that there is more food always there, that there isn't a shortage, that it's not ki wo nahi khayegi. So to the extent that we can maintain that culture while also maintaining the health of our women, that would be the perfect balance. Now we come to the question of, how do we bring about an empowerment? Because what's so essential, jo main ab 25 saal se dekh rahi hu, when we speak about women's empowerment and Nari Shakti, tragically, the women of this country think that being the ones to give, to serve, is a license to be oppressed, to be suppressed, to be a doormat, to be a punching bag. And it is not. Jab hamare shastra mein, our rishis, our sages, our saints, jab Nari Shakti ke baare mein baat karte hain, nobody is talking about allow yourself to be oppressed and suppressed, allow yourself to be abused, allow yourself to go hungry. No. Shakti matlab power. Now, one power, of course, is the divine power, that power of the mother goddess that is in all of us. But we are not only souls, we're also bodies. And those bodies also have brains. And through the brain, we experience the mind, we experience the emotion. And in the same way that for our spiritual Shakti, we need our prayers, our meditation, our puja. In the same way for the Shakti of our body, we need that nutrition. In the same way for the Shakti of our minds and our hearts, we need the empowerment. And this is where all of these programs and campaigns are so important. That taking care of my body is my dharma. This is not somehow lacking. Yehi Nari Shakti hai. Nari Shakti is the one who protects the family. But in order to protect the family, unme dam hona chahiye. If you look at nature, you look at, for me, my favorite example is the mother bear, right? Mother bear, if you come upon that mother bear with her children, she is the most dangerous animal in the forest in the protection of her children. But that's only because unme dam hai. If she's sick, if she's weak, to kuch nahi kar payegi. So in the same way, we have to come together and help our women understand कि नारी शक्ति का मतलब नहीं है केवल आत्मा शक्ति. शरीर भी एक मंदिर है. शरीर के माध्यम से हम अपने धर्म, अपनी duty fulfill कर सकते हैं. If we are weak, if we are sick, we're not going to be able to fulfill our dharma. We're not going to be able to do anything. चाहे परिवार के लिए, चाहे समाज के लिए, चाहे देश के लिए, चाहे विश्व के लिए. So I'm so happy to see us all coming together for this Nutrition Week. And lastly, I wanted just to emphasize, jahan aapne shuru kiya, with our hygiene and our water. Because one of the things that we have seen in our Global Interfaith Wash Alliance, working for water and sanitation and hygiene, is one of the ways that our women are so weak, physically weak, mentally weak, and so sick, is due to one very simple thing. Lack of proper use of toilets creates a situation in which women aren't staying hydrated, they're not drinking water, They're not eating properly because उनको मालूम है कि यदि मैं पीऊंगी तो मुझे जाना पड़ेगा बाथरूम. अगर मैं खाऊंगी तो मुझे टॉयलेट जाना पड़ेगा. और मर्यादा की वजह से they're not going to go outside. And that's where the whole movement toward open defecation free, toward Swachh Bharat, that has been so successful is so important. Because when they don't have access to toilets, when our girls don't have access to toilets in schools, when they don't have access to menstrual hygiene education and menstrual health education, and they don't have access to toilets to take care of themselves or menstrual pads to take care of themselves, they don't go to school. When they don't go to school, so how can they be empowered? How can they be uplifted? Pehle shiksha to hona chahiye. And so this is where all of these threads must come together. It's not shiksha over here, swasth over here, swachhata over here. Well, sab, they go together. All of them together, weaving into one beautiful tapestry of empowered, healthy, strong women who are leading this country, maintaining that beautiful aspect of Nadi Shakti for the culture. But Nadi Shakti jisme sharir mein bhi Shakti ho, man mein bhi Shakti ho, dil mein bhi Shakti ho. And that she is giving that example to her daughters and to all of the girls and all of the women in the family, in the community, in the nation, of what a real empowered, healthy Nadi Shakti is. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you,
beautiful
Pranam
opportunity to
Sadhviji.
share
Two
with you.
important takeaways from whatever you've told us. One is you yourself have beautifully woven the thread that we cannot work on the matter of anemia in isolation. It's so connected to all the SDG goals, the sustainable development goals of education, sanitation, hunger, poverty, this, that, and the other, which have to come together. That is one big takeaway, that let's connect and collaborate and move ahead to reach the meaningful finish. And the second thing is give, but make sure that you are also healthy enough to give more. Because otherwise, it's a vicious circle and it cannot go on and on. So points well taken. I will now move on to Dr. Shanta Kumari, the President-elect of FOXI. Ritu ji has joined us, I think. Welcome, Ritu. You joined us sooner than later, so we are well in time to receive you as well. Thank you. Shanta, my question to you is, Sadhviji said about women being neglected generally, but in the women's healthcare space, we see that only and only when she gets pregnant, that niche period, 9 months, everybody is pampering her, doing a lot of things, not for her sake, but for her child's sake. Because they want to focus on a healthy child, so they're trying to keep the mother temporarily in a patchy way healthy and living at that. So the vision of FOXI has shifted from the pregnant population to the adolescent population as well, as in the 12 by 12 program. When she is 12 years old, she has to have a hemoglobin of 12 grams. So a lot of campaigns, anemia hatao, anemia chale jao, this, that, everything has happened. As you have just rightly said a couple of minutes before we started the show, we are on this path since very long. Now that you're getting into a position which you can use very meaningfully, what is your vision of leading us further in this path through the professional organization and all these connects, to look back and say, here is what we have done in a realistic, practical, feasible, doable manner, which has produced an impact? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, Hema. Anemia is something which is not new to us. We have been hearing anemia, I think, right from before I became a doctor. So for the past more than 30, 35 years, we have been talking about anemia. We have always heard the incidence of anemia 50, 80%, 70%. Now also we are no better. 50% in pregnant women, 60% in the lactating women. So what is it that went wrong? You have just now told us so many initiatives. See, if you look at the Government of India initiatives, we have heard so many initiatives: National Nutritional Anemia Program, weekly iron folic acid supplementation, be it the 24 by 12 by 12 program, which was actually started in 2007.
Yes.
That was the time even the Ministry of Health, Family Welfare, FOXI, WHO, everyone actually started collaborating, and we all said, yes, we'll do the 12 by 12. But it was not then only. I still remember those 5 years plans, which we used to read in school. Even
Yes.
they had antenatal care and anemia.
Yes.
But why is it that past 60 years, we still have not gone beyond talking about anemia? So something is wrong somewhere. We are talking. So now if you look at this Anemia Mukt Bharat, look at see, we do understand. We are, as FOXI, we are 39,000 gynecologists.
Yep.
We are a minuscule of the population, but we care about women. So women's health is the core of our, I think, our heart as an obstetrician gynecologist. But we have to remember, as our Sadhviji has told very correctly, about how the woman needs to look at herself. See, the Government of India definitely plays a major role with collaboration, both public and private stakeholders.
Yeah.
See, I still remember we used to talk about anemia 2006-7, I should say, to almost 2012-13 when I was a vice president. You know what months my husband told? Every conference you're talking on anemia. Now you stop talking about anemia. People will think you don't know anything other than anemia. I'm being very honest, because every conference we used to talk, I used to talk on anemia. That means all of us, 38 to 39,000 gynecologists, we all know about anemia. We know what is anemia, how to treat anemia, what to do. But why is it that we still have not achieved? So there is something missing link between knowing and it getting translated.
Yes.
So I think we have to find that missing link, and as she rightly put it, connect all the dots. Swachh Bharat mission, people were laughing, but that is so very closely linked to even anemia. Be it when you're talking about deworming and worm infestations, why has the weekly iron supplementation not achieved? Simple thing, when as a gynecologist, when I used to start my practice, any woman comes with even a white discharge, pain in the abdomen or anything, I used to make it a policy. I'll write 30 tablets of iron, 30 calcium. They used to ask why. I used to say, along with the other tablets, if you take this, you will be in a better of position to get your problem solved. And now we are all talking about nutrition, anemia. Our PMG has this whole September is a nutrition focus. You focus on your food and all. But maybe we need to look at it, not only trying to link all that, though we're talking about test, treat, talk, we're doing all that.
Yeah.
But accountability. See, I am a private practitioner. We are in the FOXI organization. But you just open that Anemia Mukt Bharat PDF. It's a fantastic document, 115 pages.
Yeah.
You don't need to replicate anything. That means so much of work is done. But letting it get converted into practice is what is vital. And that, I think, the FOXI members with the Government of India, with the people who are actually committed to it, when all of us wholeheartedly think it is not going to be like this year President's policy or this tomorrow my policy. It is our FOXI initiative. It is not Shanta's, it's not Alpesh, it's not EMA's. It is our organization. It should become the core of the organization. The same, the Government of India. What we have seen, the Government of India has made fantastic programs. But as soon as the IAS officer changes, what happens? The next incoming officer again calls for another SOP. Now look at that PDF. Why do we need to recreate? You start. It may not have been written by you. Yeah. But there's no need to waste time. I mean, that's the way I look at it. You have to go and attack the core problem.
Thanks, Shanta. This is, an honest takeaway, acknowledging the fact that we now need to walk the talk. We have done a lot, but it has not had the necessary impact because, maybe a little marginal difference, which is not a difference at all. So that is one of the greatest qualities of a leader, because they have to be in sync with what is the reality. We cannot be complacent and fool ourselves that, oh, we've done so much in the past, but yes, there is a lot more to do. And I love that attitude that it has to be a continuum till the path of Anemia Mukta Bharat really makes Bharat anemia mukt. And as how you said, once the topic of anemia becomes irrelevant in our conferences, that is the day that we will celebrate that it is no longer an issue. That's how. Excellent. Now I shift my focus to Namita ji. Both organizational and a very personal mission that Namita has got towards Anemia Mukta Bharat, and a multi-pronged attack from MCure involving each and every one of us and the population in general. Namita, your vision and mission.
Thank you, Hema. Firstly, I'd like to say that I fully endorse what Shanta said. She used a beautiful and very pertinent word, and it's called accountability, right? And I think that's where the crux is. So, like she rightly said, for over 15, 20 years, people are doing things. But why is the statistic not moving? Why are we not moving the needle as we speak? So basically, 50% is a terrible number. Today, when I represent my country and I say that 50% of Indian women are anemic, it's just a really sad feeling to be even saying that statistic. Right. And this again, like Shanta said, is after 15 years of efforts, all with the government, with Foxy, with companies, we're not moving the needle. So I think, like she rightly said, there has to be accountability. And by that, what we mean in very lucid terms is that anything that you do, you have to do like how a company runs a project. There is a goal, there are timelines, there are owners, and then you measure the impact. I think a lot of times when it comes to social impact issues, because I'm involved in multiple social impact issues in India, right. And I see a very big difference in commercial endeavors and social impact endeavors. And the reason social impact endeavors lack the accountability is because they don't run it in a structured and organized way, like a company project with a clear owner, timeline, milestones, impact assessment. And I think, when you and I spoke about awareness and diagnosis, yep. being the biggest lever and how we can take that to the next level, we also spoke about how do we measure it and how do we make sure that that's published, right? So I think a lot of these initiatives are kind of happening all over, but how can these collaborative efforts become more organized with a more of an impact measurement that is published and, the awareness and diagnosis aspect is happening in a more structured manner is point one. The other thing is something as simple as I was joking with you the other day that India has a hypertension day and a diabetes day. I'm surprised it doesn't have an anemia day. I mean, I'm not a big proponent of Valentine's Day and Bosses Day by no means. But I think this is reflective of prioritization, right? I mean, is this really a priority? You have Shanta beautifully said you have a 115-pager booklet, and, we are creating a website on anemia. Yeah. Because I personally, when I took over marketing a couple of years back, I was very uneducated. If you had asked me, in spite of being an educated professional, what are the recipes, what are the do's and don'ts, what are the myths, I didn't know. Right? And so I had to go out and search for all this. Something that's presented in very easy terms. So we're actually studying that 115-page document to see how we can make our website easier. But my point being that, the data is out there, but till we don't have an anemia day, till we don't speak about it in multiple forums in a structured manner, we're not going to move this statistic. And, the last thing I want is us women getting together 3 or 5 years down the line and again talking about this like a broken record. Hema, you started your meeting with a very powerful statement. And I really liked it. And you said that, enough of talking. Now it's all about doing and walk the talk. And I think that's the crux of how we walk the talk and measure and manage it.
Yeah. And thank you, Namita. See, if we haven't done it before, as Namita ji said, the second best time is here and now. Structure, deadlines, impact in a collaborative manner. Points very, very well taken. I swing to Rituji. The very first time I dialogued with Namita on this, just 24 hours before that, I had heard about Nandaghar and I had got some tidbits of information about that. So when we were talking about connection and collaboration, I said, Namita, we must join with Nandaghar because that is a hub where many things happen. So we have to collage this there so that the synergies between different organizations with the same goal and the same intent can amplify. So your thoughts about what Nandaghar is already doing and how do you think you can bring this mission of women's health, nation's wealth and Anemia Mukta Bharat, the path on to the Nandaghar way? Ritu.
Thank you, Dr. Hema. I think very excited to be here because of two things. One, we all share the same mission. And I think when I heard Shantaji and I heard Namitaji, I can only say the passion that we are all driving is absolutely similar.
Yeah.
You know, we are actually doing a series, you know, when you look out and say India at 75. So it will be a tragedy that India at 75, we are still talking about the issues when we are India at 1.
Yeah.
From infancy to maturity, you know, we need to display that. And can we continuously talk about the same thing? The answer is yes, till we actually don't make it free, till we don't have holistic health for women. So I think the project that we are doing also symbolizes what we do early on. So it's a modernized version of an Anganwadi.
Yeah.
Call that a Nandaghar. So what we are doing is catching children young, because we also do recognize that 0 to 1,000 days is the most important period of health. Then Anganwadi is, according to the government, in any case, is 0 to 6. But what we also did, we enhanced the whole system of holistic healthcare by treating and taking care of the pregnant woman, the lactating woman. And what also happened that we have these whole systems in place, but ensuring the systems get implemented.
Yeah.
Ab government ke paas take home ration ka scheme hai. Does it come to them? Does it actually get delivered? So we started the process of making sure that we strengthen this part of the government delivery system. And you'll be surprised that in this conversation, I can say this, that there was so many Anganwadis in India when we go to, we realized the midday meal doesn't reach them. So we activated that, and you'll be happy to know that from Vedanta, our chairman's dream is food on table for every child. So even if, hot cooked meal is an ideal meal cooked at home for a child, what we are doing is, even in areas where we can't do that, we are even giving pre-cooked meals, right? And so even if they get food on the table, the other thing is for women, whether it's folic acid, whether ensuring that, the entire piece, we've cultivated actually the greens around the Nandaghars. So what happens, they get, this whole urban culture of organic food. So kitchen gardens have become like the big piece in all our Nandaghars. So as remote as Pilibhit, because in any case the climate is great, I mean, children go home, koi tori utha ke ja raha hota hai, koi lauki utha ke ja raha hota hai. So very interesting. But from an organizational and from a statistic point of view, I think what also where we have done, we have actually sat down, got doctors to do a full testing of which are our SAM kids, which are our MAM kids, right? Now, to identify a severely, acutely malnourished child, right? But children don't come to the Anganwadi. So how do you do that? So we went door to door to identify, right? And then to actually get them, it takes about a cycle of 6 months to make them come into the healthy bracket.
Yeah.
But they have to, and especially the girl child has to be got early on, otherwise it becomes like a permanent feature.
Mm.
We've tied up with Wokhart Foundation.
Yeah.
We have mobile health vans.
Mhm.
We have doctors in them. And every 15 days at a Nandgarh, there is a doctor at the doorstep to test you, to take care of you.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
And that's one part.
Yeah.
And the other part in this large exercise is that we look forward to other collaborations, whether it's government, whether it's industry, whether it is even local community. अब आप ये देखिए जयपुर रूरल में
Mhm.
people, you'll be just surprised to know सब्जी वाला ठेले वाला ने लिखित में दिया है that every 15 days I will give food, I will give vegetables to these children. So the women, the mothers and child come.
Mhm.
There are community members who say we will give milk.
Mm.
Good food becomes, obviously, good food becomes the first stepping stone for
Wow.
good health. Now, the word is wanting to make this a movement.
Yes.
So this is our humble contribution from an organization which can touch the lives currently maybe of about 100,000 people, children, and directly we are impacting 100,000 children and women. But we hope that this is a very small number when you look at the large 1.3 billion population that we have.
Yeah.
But we are showcasing this, and the minister, in fact, on Saturday interacted with the entire team,
Mhm.
Smriti Irani ji, and she was very appreciative of these small steps, because she said also this one pertinent point that if all organizations and people take it up upon ourselves,
Yeah.
because September is the Poshan Ma.
Yep.
Anyway. So she said, if all organizations, people come together and see the large difference that we can make, but I'm glad we are celebrating September, but we have to celebrate every day as a good, healthy day for our children and for our women, right? And I hope that, all the talk that we have at India at 75, that one day we can actually come back and say we are anemia free. And, we are talking about the problems should be different.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ritu. There's a very important angle that you brought out, that there are so many people out there, simple people, who we think that they're just in the community. So, but still look at the level of involvement and commitment. And that is a great lesson, that how we become one with them and make our mission their mission, because it is by us, for them, for everybody. It's like we are all together as a very big team. And as you rightly said, may this be the beginning of great collaborations. We are soon going to really set up a meeting to see how we can leverage on the strengths from each other and try to get some concrete, structured, accountable, and committed steps from everybody around. Swing down. Thank you, Ritu. Meeraji, so much has been talked about why some things are not happening. To the Shanta's question of why, I must bring Meeraji into the forefront, because she's from Kanpur and she's seen it all in Uttar Pradesh, where there is more to the health than technical actual health part of it. The women themselves and the 6 pillars that she has envisaged, how to empower them and bring them to a meaningful contributory movement through the WWW Foundation. Meeraji.
Thank you, Hema. I'll be starting it. You see, we belong to a country where we are proud that we are stepping forwards to become a superpower. Superpower, we have got, we are in industry, in the sports, in the yoga, and in the medicine, and so many things. We are distributing medicine to the neighboring countries even. We are getting so much popular. Secondly, we belong to a country where people start telling, Istri Naritru, बहुत important है. नारी शक्ति बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. जहां जहां नारी की पूजा होती है वही भगवान बसते हैं. We have got a emotional telling from our Vedas.
Meeraji, Meeraji, since you're so close to me, let me just take the liberty to interrupt you. And I just got a message, and it just skipped my mind that Mini Varghese had said that she has to leave by 12. So,
Okay.
Meeraji, and our session is extended up to 12:20. So we have enough time after we hear from Mini, because the question to Mini was, what's done, what is desired? Being the country director of Nutrition International India, what does now she feel about all the thought processes which have been parked in front of her through various angles, through various lenses, and their own experiences about what's done, what's desired? Mini.
Dr. Hema, thank you very much for considerative about my other engagement, and sorry, Dr. Meera, for interrupting you, and apologies for that. So I would just touch upon our previous speakers, which has emphasized about the importance of anemia. So I will not delve on that part of it. So as a country, we have, as all of you said, it is 70-year-old program. It is 7 decades of programming, and we still more than 50% is anemic in this country. So organizations such as Nutrition International is trying to see that, one, as a priority is to give an emphasis to anemia as an issue to the forefront. So we work with state governments and, at the national level to see that, we give this necessary impetus to the overall anemia program. So we know what works. That is what important when it comes to Poshan Abhiyan, and Poshan Abhiyan has a very significant importance. It has an ambitious target of about 3% reduction of anemia, which is a difficult thing, but we need to achieve and work on it. So what is very important from my experience, what we find is that, we need to improve the coverage. That is very important for the since anemia is a severe public health problem in this country, and all of you being medical practice, that you know that thing, we required multi-pronged approach to address anemia. It is not just one approach, but it is different, a basket of intervention to address anemia. While we have test, treat, camp approach for it, most of our interventions which is reaching into it, the coverage is low. If you look at the NFHS 4 data, the women who has consumed, the pregnant women who consume 100 IFA tablet is only 30%. That means about our reach is very minimal. So we need to ponder and look at it. What is that to be done to improve the reach? Yeah. Then we look at the quality of our program. I mean to say, in this particular case, I will say the consumption of it goes further down. So if all our interventions need to focus to see that, what makes women to consume, not just that, they receive it, but it also consume on the necessary, services, which is IFS supplementation, which we provided to, because now all the target group is covered under that. That is very important thing. My second point I would like to focus here is about, anemia is a social indicator for women's empowerment. If you look at it, the World Sustainable Development Index, the World Health Assembly Index, all this is recognize anemia, and anemia is a social indicator of women's empowerment. So I would like to say that, the IFPRI has done an analysis of the data to look at the relation between anemia and women's empowerment, and it shows that it has a very close link between women's empowerment, like education, mobility, and these factors are there. So what we required is additional actions are required to making sure that women have decision making power over various other aspects, like production of assets, use of income, and what she sow and what she reap in their agricultural land, but it is there. So when we have such kind of interventions around women, that is what will make a larger difference. I would probably add on to another focus area when it comes to anemia is that the women's nutrition per se required a complete relook at it. Their age of marriage, and we need what our eminent speaker Sadhviji has talked about. The whole attitude and the way at which we are managing at this point of time is that the whole for the sake of our culture. So there are cultural practices which we limit women as not just a carer, but she as an individual. And Dr. Hema has told in the beginning of it, usually in all our practices, we give iron to the women to have better babies. But they are not just the baby producing machines. They themselves are human beings who has capacity to produce, contribute, to be a good human being, to be productive individuals, participate in economic activities. These are their roles of different dimensions, and we need to invest early. That's a message I would say, that we have to really invest early if we wanted to address anemia. And anemia doesn't work in silos. We need to work on women's nutrition. We need to work on women's empowerment and aspects like age of marriage. I know the government of India is relooking at the age of marriage in the country, and we are looking at larger issues of significance. I think that is the way forward for us to look addressing anemia, and Poshan Abhiyan makes attempt. There is a noise around anemia and women's nutrition, and I would say that this is the right moment, if not now, when we will have it. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Hema. I would conclude here.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Mini. And I'm so glad that I had an opportunity to let you have to place your thoughts in front of all our audience and our distinguished guests as well, because even we as practitioners have now started expanding, finally, I think, has started expanding our vision to think that we cannot stick on a technical vertical of checking and treating. There are so many other facets which we need to bring together, and our leaders and senior members of our organization, their very presence and participation in this meeting also speaks volumes of the holistic angle that we are looking at. We will definitely get back in touch with you, with the whole lot of us, to walk the talk on the Shapath or resolve that we are just going to be taking in a few moments from now. So thank you, Mini. So we spring back to Meeraji, who, though a very astute and a renowned clinician for decades, her work not only involves her head, but it also involves her heart, because what the patient is feeling and how their response is, very sensitive mind that she has got to look at the social angle, and it's her dream to consolidate the preventive and the social aspects of medicine, because she has very rightly put forth that unless these are tackled, we will probably for years on end still be talking within ourselves about why anemia is not being derooted from the country. Meeraji, back to you.
I was just trying to tell, now I want to continue only.
Please.
We are really proud that we belong to a country who is stepping us to become a superpower in industry, superpower in aviation, superpower in sports. Anything you name, we are becoming yoga, we're distributing medicine, whatever it is, we are becoming superpower. We also belong to a country where it is told, जहाँ नारी की पूजा होती है वहीं देवता बसते हैं. We also belong to a country where it is being told that the nari is a full circle for creation, parturition, and just managing the whole life to nurture the baby. Now, apart from so many things which we are having, then we have got hundreds of the policies, will of the political leaders, and everything, so many, this Poshan Yojana, that Poshan Yojana, Swatantra Bharat Yojana, so many yojanas are in front of this child portion, Naritva portion, then we have so many things with us, and we know that we are a part of it. But why we are not getting any change? The needle is stuck up at particular point. We are not able to move this needle, and this is the most unfortunate part. Apart from so many help from the government, so many mythologies with us. Even Vedas tell that the Nari Shakti is what not. Our Prime Minister says the Nari Shakti is very important. Nari is Durga, Nari is Shakti, Nari is Lakshmi, Nari is Saraswati. Yet we are not able to conquer the interest of the Nari. Why? Is it the paucity of the fund? Is it the paucity of the medicine? Is it the paucity of any nature? No, no, no. Is it the paucity of the any will? No. The only thing which we lack is that we are dealing only the tip of the iceberg. We are not touching the depth of the iceberg. And the depth of the iceberg is the empowerment of the women. Yeah, unless we touch the empowerment of the women, we cannot. Iron or calcium or folic acid is not the ultimate end that we are treating anemia. We have to just strike at the root. And to strike it at the root, I must tell you that we have got 6 S in our mind. And these 6 S are: number 1, shiksha. Unless our women are shikshit, हम उनको कुछ भी बताएं, they cannot understand. They cannot, they will have to, उनके घर में कह दिया कि see, we are living in a world where the highest top star actors and actresses are believing in Chudail and Bhoot to treat the illnesses. We are seeing that, you see, there are persons who are just killing the wall, and you have learned only days back, they have just killed the mother and the father, telling that there was a Bhoot. That is the treatment of the illnesses. This is going on. No, so we have to change the mindset of our women and the whole of the family, and that is only by shiksha. So shiksha is an essential part of it. Whatever we may convey, it has to go through the shiksha. Swasthya is also a very important thing. You as a clinician may sit down, Shanta may sit down, any person may sit down and write down the treatment. They will be taking it home, and their dadi and nani will tell, oh no, Meera ji has told, it is just like that. All the doctors tell it. No, this is not the thing. You don't take that. So it is the treatment of the whole of the family that they must understand what we are giving them. We are giving it for their welfare. So Swasthya has become just a rolling stone where doctor is there, a clinician is there, everybody is there. But the whole family is dancing around and persuading this woman who is not empowered to take what we are telling, because she has to stay with these नहर में रह के मगरमच्छ से बैर नहीं कर सकती है वो, तो उसको she has to see accordingly do what the mother is telling. Suppose I take you, say, copper tea. She will say, the mother-in-law will say, don't take copper tea. It will go to your brain and you will become mad. So she will think twice. Yes, copper tea can go to the brain, and that is what is happening. So that is about the swasth. And the myths and the facts about the swasth has to be told in great way, Hema, I may tell you that day before yesterday, we have started a van, Swasthya Aapke Dwar. Or Swasthya Aapke Dwar mein, we are in the corona field. We are not searching corona, we are searching, making our women empowerment, treating them hemoglobin, this and that. So that is what we are doing. Next important thing is Swabhalamban. हमारे पास economic power नहीं है. So whatever my husband will be telling, no, you will not take this medicine. This is very costly. It is not going to this thing. So I will be just banging upon, because I don't have economic power. We don't have it. So Swabhalamban is also very important for our women. And then Samta, Swadvi ji has very rightly told कि सबसे last खाना खाना है, सबसे बाद में खाना है, कुछ मिले तो खाना है, नहीं मिले तो खाना है. Everything is okay. So that is what is there. And Samta is, which has our government has in place, that our women must be treated accordingly. So that is only in theory, Seema. I can tell you it is only in theory. In practice, what is happening? There is a violence in homes in very literate people, I understand. They are being beaten, they are stone throwing, there is a acid throwing and whatnot. So still there is a disparity. Unless we change the mindset of our people, the mindset is to be changed. The second last S has to be added. That is society, the family members, and even the men must understand that स्वच्छता के लिए ये जरूरी है. Sanitary pads की क्या importance? Unless they become a part and parcel, whole thing roaming about the women empowerment. If the empowerment comes in true sense, then only we can attack the anemia at its base. Otherwise, just touching the tip of the iceberg and coming out, it will just be the 20 years which we have wasted. We will be wasting another 20 years. We have to start just putting our arrows at the proper place so that we can motivate. And this will be done not in one day. It has to require so many things which I have told you. We have to attack in that way only. Then only we can conquer, we can revert. It is not our problem. It is a problem of the world. WHO is concerned, UNICEF is concerned. Why we are not able to, shuttle down this 50%? Why it is stuck about 15-60%? It's a shame for us that so many takats are working over this, including the government. It is our turn not to criticize the government, but to participate with the government and be a part of it and impart our mission to empower the women so that we can tackle the problem of anemia. Not only anemia, all the illnesses. And we have to take out these myths and misconceptions from the society. Unless we are able to do it, we will not be able to conquer. Our prescriptions will be just a waste paper, basket paper. So we have to be changing set of the mind, and that can be done only at any level by employing our persons who can just counsel our patient, not only patient, counsel the husband, counsel the family person. This should be started from the adolescent age. We must just strike at when they are studying in the childbearing age, in the this thing. We have to see also that the child is not protected even the गर्भ. गर्भ में भी नहीं हमारी स्त्री अभी सुरक्षित है. तो उसके लिए we have to just be anchored. So right from the गर्भ up to the menopause and on, we have to be very much concerned by all these methods, and only the government cannot do it. Government plus our hands. Need not criticize, just be a part of the government, be a strength of the government, just implement these things. Then only we can attack the anemia, nutritional deficiency, or any problem in the health. Thank you, Hema.
Thank you very much, Meeraji, because years of experience and that maturity, and also having experienced that things are not working and it's failing, it's not always easy to encourage ourselves to get up again, upset, set up, move.
Right.
We are here very, very determined and a structured way as we have walked through all the discussions today. It's now time to put it into action. A stark reminder for all of us that today, 2nd of September, the second day of the Bharat Nutrition Week, there are some very determined women here who mean well and who want to make a difference. All organizations coming together, may it be Foxy, MCure, Artists, WW Foundation, the Nandaghar, the American India Foundation, the Wish Foundation, the WASH Alliance, and of course, the IHW Council, which has brought us together, up to Anemia Mukt Bharat. Whilst we stay on this slide, I would want each one of our panelists to give their one sentence on the mission of Anemia Mukt Bharat about a pledge to what they would like to do in the Shapath initiative. We begin with Shanta.
Foxy is committed to women's health. So I think Foxy is definitely going to work for no to anemia. I think every one of us have to just get going, and that's
that is the startup great strength that we have already got on board. Meeta?
MCure is committed to Anemia Free India and would like to collaborate very strongly with Foxy as well as other stakeholders to move the needle towards a much better statistic for our country.
And your vision of campaign mode by making it an anemia free day on 21st of March is very seriously on board. And the Shapath team that day will look back, I hope, with satisfaction that we have managed to move forward. Thank you, Namita. Meeraji, Shapath ke liye, Shapath aap lena.
I really pledge today that whatever is being done in the past, in view of our WW Foundation, we will work together with all the policies made by the government. If we go hand in hand with them without criticizing them, only magnifying the positive part of it, we can achieve the end. So we have to work hard with WW Foundation and Government of India and Government of the states to reach the target.
Yeah.
And lastly, I think Rituji, because I think Sadhviji and Mini have left for the other events. Ritu, if you're still here, anybody from Nandagar?
Yes, sure. I'm here.
Yeah, Ritu.
Unfortunately, my video is not coming on, so I'm just still going to, commit ourselves. Yes. So at Vedanta, we are very clear. We are committing ourselves to eradicating malnutrition. I think it's part of our larger goal. We are working towards eradicating it, but as many people who come along, we would be absolutely delighted. Like I said, whether it's community, whether it's government, whether it's other stakeholders who can join hands with us on it. And food on table for everyone is our goal. No child, no woman should sleep hungry. So we are committed to it. Absolutely delighted to be part of this entire, let's say, team. You have a lot of passionate people, and please put our name anywhere where you can to say we are as committed as required.
Thank you so much. And to Kamalji, I would like to again once more emphasize that we would be very proudly showing and showcasing that we mean what we say. And on behalf of artists, as I have always said, the art of artist, ART, is advocacy, research and training, documenting, auditing, monitoring, evaluating, drawing the deadlines, putting a structure to this whole endeavor. The movement will only be forward. And I do hope with this illustrious and accomplished and determined women out here, the movement will truly be fast forward. With that, I would like to once again thank everybody who has been with us today to take the shapath, to make a resolve, to travel the path of Anemia Mukt Bharat. Thank you all once again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hema, Dr. Meera Agnihotri, and Dr. Santa Kumari, Namita ji, and Ritu ji. Thank you so much.